So we're going to talk about the third eye. So when we talk about the third eye, a lot of people have this understanding about the third eye that it's about being able to see visions, right? See dreams, clairvoyance. And that's an aspect of our third eye. But really, the function of the third eye is to be able to see things as they truly are. Okay. And why is that relevant? Well, today, especially. So when we go through really powerful activations, like we've been in, and we still are, we're starting to move a little bit out of it, but we go through these big activations. And what happens is it shakes everything up, right? And it starts to even more so bring truth to the surface because these frequencies that are coming in and also are within us, right? So we're being awakened not only, through frequencies coming onto the planet, but also within our divine essence becoming stronger. And as that happens and we go through more spikes, right? Spikes of activations, and we kind of start to move into the void because we start to move between timelines. And what happens is when these spikes come through, they really start to surface more of the truth, okay? The things in your life, the things in my life where we are not in truth. It will start to really, really come to a head in these spikes of activation. Now, we may or may not choose to take action, and that's up to each one of us. And what happens is, let's say we don't choose to take action, it doesn't go away, it's still there. But then what happens is the next activation, it gets even stronger because it's inviting us to come back into alignment. Now, with the third eye, because all of us here have had many lifetimes. Okay. This is not our first rodeo. I say that a lot. We've prepared actually for this lifetime. Because this is not our first lifetime, we've had many lifetimes of creating patterns to block the third eye. Why do we need to block the third eye? Well, because we've been so pulled away from our true nature that we need to cope, right? And so we create filters. Sorry, just looking at the comments. We create filters, we create blinders, we Photoshop things, we filter things, right? Just to cope because we're living so out of rhythm with our natural true way. And that's part of this transition that we're going through. But we also have to be truthful that we're all still living in denial to some degree or another. And just because someone can get visions doesn't mean that they're not still in denial. They could be seeing one aspect really truthfully, but maybe they're in a relationship that they're not looking at truthfully. So really, it's also just being honest that all of us are still holding layers of denial. And so we go through these activations, and part of what it serves is to start to dissolve those layers of denial. And because we are in the 3D, the only way we truly shift is through choice. Okay. And also choice is an action. So making a different choice is taking an action. And that's how we move through the 3D. There are more people coming in. And when we start to make a different choice, we start to also shift timelines. There's multitude of timelines that we're always vacillating between. There's individual timelines, there's collective timelines. When enough of us are in agreement, that's when we'll go through a significant timeline shift in the collective. And ultimately, what's kind of dictating these timeline shifts? How worthy we feel. Honestly, when we start to develop more worth, we start to titrate up into higher timelines. So what we're going to work on today is the third eye, because since we've been in such a powerful activation in this last week, it's been bringing a lot up. Okay. And if we're already ready to look at all the truth and ready to make choices that are in alignment for ourselves, these activations get easier and easier because we're like, nope, yep, nope. And it becomes very easy because we've gotten to a place where we know we don't want to compromise our best life. We don't want to compromise our fullest life, and that we're following a guiding principle that each one of us has to pull us deeper into alignment. And the more we come into alignment, the more coherence we hold in our vessel. The more coherence we hold, which is another way to say inner harmony, inner peace, removing inner conflict, right? The conflict comes from living in fragmentation through denial. So the more in harmony we come within ourselves, the more light we can hold, the more of our light, the stronger of a magnet we become. And then we just wake up and we're in present time, we're in the present moment, drawing to us all the experiences and people and opportunities that will bring us even deeper into fulfillment. Okay. So, yeah, and self-worth stuff will come up out of nowhere because that really is it's like the inner development of self-worth, where we start claiming more and more of who we are, the truth of who we are. We start clearing away just again lifetimes of patterning and imprints where we've been told we are broken, that there's something wrong with us, that we are unworthy of being loved. That's so alive in the old paradigm, because the old paradigm needs hierarchy. It thrives off of it. It thrives off of people feeling worthless. So part of moving into the new way is claiming, like, I am divine. I am good at my core. I am pure. I am holy. I am beautiful. And the more we actually awaken that, and it's truthful, like it's not coming out of just saying it and not really believing it, the more it becomes truthful to us, the more we really start shifting up. We start understanding in a more visceral way that everything we need is within us. Really, everything that's supplying our life comes from that inner light. So let's begin. We're going to do third eye. So we're going to ground. We're just going to make sure that we've caught up. So when we go through these big activations, there's a lot of processing that happens. So we're processing, memories are coming up, experiences are coming up in our 3D reality for us to maybe navigate it in a different way than we've been doing in the past. Because ultimately, like I mentioned, the only way we really start shifting up is through different choices. And so our higher self, our higher nature will create the same experience, different characters. It might look different, but it's the same essence for us to move through again and again until we change the pattern, until we choose different. Okay, so when we go through these activations, there's a lot kicking up. We want to make sure that our chakra system is flowing, our energy is flowing, because that will help us move in a more flowing way rather than in resistance, in stagnation. When we start to feel really overwhelmed, like we're in a pressure cooker, okay, I know that feeling very well. It's because it's like our consciousness is expanding and it's hitting our edges. Our edges are where our limiting beliefs are. Okay. And so we start to feel in a pressure cooker. So that way we need to melt that edge so that we can feel the spaciousness of who we are. So that's what we'll do today as well. All right. And then I think that's all I want to say right now. Okay. So just taking a moment to start to bring your awareness in. Just take some nice natural breaths here as you start to invite you to come into this eternal present moment. As you start to shift your energy and your awareness out of your thoughts, away from needing to do anything right now, away from needing to think about anything right now. This is your date with yourself to just be. Think about when we move into a state of being, this is when we move into deep restoration. Everything can start to move and flow back into balance when we are just being, because it's the doing and the thinking that can start to contort us and pull us into the past or the unpredicted future. And so we really want to just be here And the more presence we start to cultivate in our field, the more things start to come back online, the more we start just processing and things that need to clear just continue on its journey clearing. But we need presence for that. We need to be here. And so let's just be here as we breathe, just noticing your thoughts, just noticing not drifting into your thoughts. Okay. So if you notice as the observer, okay, because you are now shifting into the greater observer, into greater awareness, where your awareness is so much more expansive than your thoughts. So you'll be able to be aware of your thoughts, but you will not be identified with your thoughts, which is an important distinction. So many of us spend most of our day identified with our thoughts, with our thinking mind. We don't know the difference. And this is not us in our highest expression, because the mind is probably the most programmed part of us. So if we think we are our mind, we are in the most programmed aspect of us. And so just feeling your greater awareness and just minding, just noticing when you get pulled into a thought. And then you, as the greater observer, you observe that and then you shift. You make the choice to shift your energy, your attention away from your thoughts back to your breath. And you can allow the breath to be your anchor point, because the breath is always in present time. And the breath is also the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, between material, matter, and spirit. And so it's a wonderful practice to focus on the breath, just landing your awareness, your attention on your breath, and bringing as much of your attention as you can, 100% of your focus. The more focused you become on your breath, the more you bring your energy in to that central point of awareness. And so this is a wonderful, easy way to start centering your energy, especially when we feel scattered, like we're all over the place. So you can even envision right now that your breath, as you focus on it, starts to attract you. Okay. All of your energy is coming in right now. Whatever parts of you may be scattered, disorganized, coming back in harmony and balance towards your breath. And from here, let's just take 3 belly breaths together. So take a nice deep breath in through your belly and then sigh it out. Again, breathing in, breathing out. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. And now let's bring our awareness down towards the ground. And remember, you as awareness, not you as the thinker, you as awareness, bringing your awareness towards the bottom of your feet. Okay, so you're just going to become aware of the bottoms of your feet and just noticing, observing any sensations, pulsating, vibrating, tingling. Maybe you notice the sock against your skin. Maybe you notice the temperature of your feet without thinking. It is a practice. And as you bring your awareness and your attention down, your energy follows your attention always. And so this is a way that we start to ground our energy. And may you feel that subtle energy just starting to land, starting to anchor deep down in your field, in your body, as we naturally, through this exercise, also start to bring our spirit in. And this is when we become more embodied, more integrated, more present, more safe. And we start to connect that our lack of safety is based on whether our spirit is in our field or not. That's when we feel a lack of safety, when we're disassociated, when spirit has popped out. So we're coming in now, all the way to the ground, just noticing if you got pulled into your thoughts, redirecting your energy away from your thinking mind, coming into fuller awareness, bringing your attention down and just breathing here as you start to feel your connection to the ground, just breathing into the ground and feeling oneness with the earth, just being with the earth. And now we call in our ring of light. And so, all together in our own individual experience, may we call in our angels and our guides, our guardians from the light. Each one of us has our own team. And just inviting them, asking them within your inner awareness to surround you in a circle right now. And just breathing and being without expectation, without thought. There's nothing for you to do except for to breathe and be in their presence, feeling them around you. This is a practice as well of just feeling the vibration of your team around you as a ring of light, this powerful frequency surrounding you, mirroring back to you who you truly are at your essence. That is why they are here, to remind you of unconditional love. And they're here for those moments where we forget. They are here to also co-create with us. So when you think about your life, you were the volunteer that came into the human experience, but there are beings, benevolent beings here with you who are interested in this experience of ascension as well, to help guide you and support you, but also in tandem with the collective awakening. And so just remembering that even though you are in the human form, there's a team with you to co-create with you. That is where prayer and intention come in, learning to work, connect, speak, listen to our family of light, so that we don't take the burden of doing all of this on our own. We start to learn how to delegate. We start to learn how to work as a team in co-creation. And that actually helps to get us out of our ego. Beautiful. And just breathing here as you feel their presence. And now let's bring our awareness up to our heart space as we breathe into the heart. And as we bring our attention, remember that your attention is the most powerful thing that you have, because wherever you place your attention, you place your energy. And so as you bring your attention to the heart, you are awakening the heart with your awareness, with your presence. That's how powerful it is. And the heart loves when we are present, when we are aware, when we are in a place of attention, giving attention to the heart. And so just breathing into the heart. And as you breathe into the heart, you may feel the heart start to activate. You may feel some subtle, sometimes stronger sensations as the heart starts to come stronger online. And remembering that the heart, what it does best is it brings things into oneness, out of separation, out of distortion, out of shame, out of fragmentation. And so as you breathe right now, you feel this heart awakening. You may sense these beautiful heart waves moving into your field, speaking to all layers of you, all aspects of you, inviting you to come into this beautiful embrace, this loving embrace, where we come into wholeness with ourselves. And so just feeling your field right now come deeper into harmony, into coherence, into oneness, as I invite you to go deeper into dissolving your 3D character. So you're going to dissolve your 3D personality right now just to feel the depths of who you are at your core, this divine light. And at that core of that light is love, is peace, is harmony, is freedom, is oneness. And so as we breathe here, may we also bring through an attunement. So we're bringing through an angelic attunement, moving through each of your fields. So just noticing and maybe giving yourself permission to raise your vibration, because that's what happens when this attunement comes in. It comes in from the angelic realm and it invites you to raise your frequency. And so as you start to raise your frequency to meet this frequency that's coming through, you start moving more into your divine expression. You start moving more into your divine nature, into the awareness of your divinity, of your light. And so just breathing here. May we bring this attunement, this really beautiful attunement into our home, just filling up your whole living space, whatever that may be, whatever that may look like, with this beautiful, coherent, harmonic frequency, clearing away any discord, any conflict, any noise, any drama, so that your environment can support your highest expression. And may we bring our awareness to our sixth chakra, at the space right above the center of our eyebrows. And when you bring your awareness here, just bring your pure attention, which is your light. Our awareness, void of thought, is pure light. It's a window to our soul. And so as you just bring your awareness to your sixth chakra, your mind's eye, may you just breathe love into the mind's eye, reminding the third eye, the sixth chakra, that it is safe. It is safe to see things as they truly are. It is safe to be truthful with ourselves. We are in a frequency here on this planet where that is being supported. Truth is being supported right now like no other time. It is safe to see myself, other people, and this reality as it truly is, without distorting it, without filtering it. I am ready to stand in my truth, to live my truth, to speak my truth, to see truth, to be truth. My inner vision is clear and sourced by love and wisdom. I am ready to clear away delusion, denial, most importantly, duality. I'm ready for my vision to be clear, to be true, to be in oneness with all. And as you continue to breathe here, we bring through the final attunement. And so there's a frequency moving through right now just to clear away any unconscious resistance that comes up, just from old patterning of times in the past where it wasn't safe to see things as they truly are, including ourselves. And as we continue to open up the third eye, as we continue to see this reality more in truth, including both the negative and the positive, we also see ourselves in truth. We see the power of who we truly are at our core. We see our light. We see our love. We see our wisdom, our value, our worth. And through seeing the truth of who we are, we let go of the need to shrink, to hide, to be less than, to be apologetic. And so just feeling this as this moves through your body, through your awareness, bringing divine imprints into your field, replacing them with the imprints of lack, scarcity, not enough, fear, clearing out fear. And then let's just pause here as we feel the presence within us, as we feel that divine light within us, breathing into that light, remembering that that light is guiding you. It holds everything that you need. It sources your life, and it will bring you to fulfillment if you let it and you allow it. And so let's take a nice deep breath here. And then just breathe out. If you feel the need, shields up just to serve as a filter. You can place that shield around your home as well. And then as we come to a close, may we know with deep conviction, deep knowing that all that we just released, all that we just cleared, and all that we reawakened within us, it is done. It is complete. And so it is. And so it is.